Welcome back to Excel with NS. Please like, share, and follow TechieTrain on all social media platforms. Let's get right into it. In the previous, we are still on the Excel text function series. We will be using different data sets, answer various questions, and get proficient with Excel text functions. So let's proceed. This will be the data set we'll be using for this video. We'll be answering a bunch of questions using that particular data set. So let's get right into it. The first question is clean the raw name in B2, remove spaces plus fix capitalization. So we should fix this capitalization, remove spaces, and clean the raw name. So we use our proper function, our trim function, and our substitute function because we are cleaning the raw name, we are cleaning the name up. So we first use proper. We want everything in a proper case. Remember, proper case is all the first letter capital, while the rest small letters. So we use our proper, then we use our trim function to remove extra spaces. Then we use our substitute. What are we substituting? This dash here. We are substituting the dash there. So we substitute, we call the where the text is, we call the cell B2, then the old text, which is the dash. We want that, we'll substitute it with an empty string, okay, with a space bar, because so there will be a space in between this John and do, and then we cover it, close it, and close it, and then we enter. As you can see here, we have our John Doe in proper case. Now what if we want to remove this apostrophe? Then we can substitute, but that's not what they asked us to do. They asked us to clean the raw name in B2, remove spaces, and fix capitalization. So we've cleaned the raw name, we've removed spaces, extra spaces, and we fixed the capitalization. And with that, we are done with the first question. What this is basically says is that in proper case, trim, that remove extra space, and substitute in B2. Substitute in B2 this dash for a space. So wherever the dash is, just put a space there and substitute it. And that is the first one. So this will be question number 1. Call it Q1. Make it bold and centralize it. So question number 1 has been answered. So our second question is extract the last part of the status in D2. That is okay. So in D2, you have to subtract the, let's call here Q2. Make it bold and centralize it. So for question number 2, the question says we should extract the last part of the status. So in this status text, the last part, which is this D2, which is this OK, is what we have to extract. Now we can come here, put our right, because our right function is what we are using. Then we call it D2. Then we use our len function to count, like we have here. Oh, let's just copy this. Now let me explain this. What this is saying is that from our right in D2, len D2, once we got this where we want the right, we want the characters to be counted from the right. So in len D2, what is saying from the beginning of this first of the text, count from this find, which is find dash D2. So start from here and count and stop. Okay, it's counting from the right, sorry. Start from here, count to the first dash, count to the second dash, subtract it and give it to us. So what it's saying is this len is to count all the characters there. Find this dash, find the dash, then okay, it says you should find the dash from the first dash. This find dash plus 1 is start from here, count to this first dash, then from this first dash plus 1, that is this 2 here, count for this second dash, find it, as then the len is to find the position of those characters, find the position and count from there and give us the 2, which is this OK. So it will count this len, the len function. The len function is to return the number of characters in a string. The number of characters in this string, it will count from here. What this find says is that from this first dash, that is from this first dash, plus 2. from this first dash plus this 1, that is to start from 2, count and find the second dash, which is here. Once you found the second dash, then the number of characters should be returned to us from the right. That's where this len comes in. The number of characters are there, return it. That's why if you fill this ERROUT wait, but this is a roundabout method. This is complicated and this is confusing. So if you want to do this in an easier way, we just use our write function. Open bracket, call the text, which is D2. Once we've called the text, we then give the number of characters we want, 2. Okay, and we have the same thing here. There are multiple ways, but this is the easiest way, simple, straightforward. But the issue with this is that when you fill it, it will give you ERR, it will give you UT, it will give you IT. That is just the only issue with it. It will give you OK, but these others will not be consistent. But what the question said was, extract the last part of the status in D2. So we don't really have to go through for all of this. We only needed D2, and we have successfully gotten our D2. If we wanted for all, we will go through this method where we will use the len to find the number of characters, find the second dash from the first dash plus 1, and count from there to the right and give us what remains. So we'll go through all this if we were looking for all of it, but since it's only Q2, we don't really need all of that. We'd either use this write D2 and 2, but let's leave this one here. Since we've already gone through the trouble of doing it, let's leave it there. So for number 3, it says replace all the hashtag symbols in E3 with an empty text. We can use this substitute, but I want to show us something. This is outside of the text functions. This is unique to Excel, and not just Excel. I think it's for all Microsoft packages. So when you use Ctrl F, you see find and replace. So we can find all the hashtags in the entire data set. We can find all the hashtags and replace it with, we can use nothing, or we can put a space bar there and replace all. It will show us it has made 6 replacements. Now you come over here, you see all the hashtags that were here before, this year, this year, this year, are all gone. Once you use the Ctrl F function, it will replace everything that was in the text. Here we have the good entry, the hashtag here, hashtag here. When we replace this, the space still remains. Why? Because when we use our Ctrl F, wait, let me undo this. When we use our Ctrl F, we use a space bar. But what if we did not put a space? Replace all. As you can see, all of them are joined back together. Before there was a space. But now there's no space again because we did not add the space when we were using Ctrl F. But if we use Ctrl F and replace, put a space and replace, we have our space bar. But that's not the question they asked us to solve. So let's remove all this. But that is just a unique way of replacing everything in Excel with the Ctrl F function. But what we are told to do is in E3, we have to substitute the hashtag for an empty text. So we come to our E3, which is here. 1, 2, 3. E3 is clean, so it's supposed to be E4, sorry. So on E4, we have to come and replace it with an empty text. So equals to substitute. Remember, substitute is to replace a text or a word completely. So we use the substitute, we put our E3, we are replacing the hashtag, which is the old text, and then we are replacing it with an empty string. Close our brackets, and we have, sorry, that's supposed to be E4. Now we have redo tax. But now, as we have done this, redo tax is not looking presentable. So instead of replacing it with an empty string, let's replace it with a spacebar. So we have our redo task. And that is the 3 questions that we've answered with this data set. In the next video, we'll answer 3 more questions for this data set. I'll see you in the next video. NS out.